Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 18 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, where today we're getting back to where we left off last episode, which is we're mining quartz. Yay! Now quartz, it's not used for a ton. It's used for some stuff, and there's some really cool things you can get from it, but it's not like coal and iron where you like really want to pipe it back to your base and use it for a million things. That said, maybe that changed in Update 4, but in Update 3 at least, it was a resource that you didn't need a huge amount of, at least not for a while. Eventually we might need more, but at least at this stage we don't need a ton. So what I'm going to unlock first is the Crystal Oscillator, which as you can see is just another crafting component here, which is cool. Ooh, Crystal Oscillator, research finished. Signal technologies, yes, so we're going to need 5 Crystal Oscillators, which is exactly, we have exactly enough stuff to make it. I think it needs a lot of the quartz stuff, so we'll make the 5 of these. Oh, you get 2 per craft, so that's cool. And then we'll kind of go from there. So let's hand this in to the quartz recipe. Thank you. Start research. Hooray! Cool. And there's 2 very cool things that we unlock from this. Okay? Number 1, frequency mapping. For 10 crystal oscillators and 10 beacons, we unlock the ability to have a map. Hooray! Maps are good! I bet some of you were wondering if there were maps in this game. Yes, there is a map, but you need to unlock it through the quartz tree. The other thing we get that's super cool is the Explorer, which again needs some crystal oscillators, and the Explorer is a vehicle we can use dedicated to exploring. So we have the truck vehicle, which isn't a great explorer because it moves really slow. And it's bulky, and it has a bunch of junk in it. The Explorer is an all-terrain vehicle meant for exploring, and it's super fun. So we're going to unlock both of these ASAP. So now, if you want, you could set up a whole, turn this stuff into quartz thing over here. Might not be a terrible idea, right? So maybe we'll spend a minute real quick just spinning up a quickie factory. We don't need anything too crazy, right? We really don't, right? I'm just going to go with a 10x3 platform. That should be more than enough. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And what I'm going to do is throw down just a couple of constructors here. So we'll kind of do something like this. And rotate them. What are you doing? Why are you... Stop being whatever you're being. So it's orange input, right? Yes. Constructor, where'd you go? And we're just going to go off and boop, boop. 3 of them sound good? 3 of them sound like plenty. And we're going to set each of these guys to do the quartz crystal recipe. So 37.5 per minute, which is a ridiculous number. Why would you make such a number? 37.5 quartz per minute. This guy's doing 120 quartz per minute. So, yeah, I mean, 3 is about what one of these can do. So I might just leave that one there not doing anything. And then we can have the splitters come in here, right? Yeah, I think from this side, right? 3 of them. Boom, boom, boom. And then Mark 3 belt into here. Boom, boom, boom. We'll upgrade that guy. We'll give you guys all power. And that should be pretty cool. Now y'all are making quartz for me, which is lovely. And then what I'll do is a quickie merger. Right? 1, 2, 3. And then a quickie logistics. Storage doohickey. Organization, storage container. Bob's your uncle? That'll do, right? Seems pretty good to me. That'll get us lots of raw quartz, somewhat automated, which I'm down for. Okay? So that's the plan, and we'll just leave that here. Now, if you were really interested in doing your awesome sync, this would be a nice resource to awesome sync, right? But I think we're doing pretty good on tickets, right? Aren't we doing pretty good on tickets? Can we see our tickets? Are they shared across awesome syncs? They are. So look, printable coupons, 26. So just like the MAM, the Awesome Sync is globally shared per player. So that means you can always access your printable coupons from any Awesome Sync because they're awesome like that. Just as a reminder, coupons get more and more expensive. Every coupon you make, it gets more expensive to make more. So keep that in mind. So where were we with regards to our MAM? So in order for us to research under Quartz the map, we're going to need 10 Crystal Oscillators, right? So let me get those crafted, and we'll be right back. And also 10 beacons, if I remember correctly. Beacon, beacon, beacon. Where is my beacon? I think that's in the equipment workshop, to be honest with you. Yes, I need 10 beacons, please. And then Crystal Oscillators. So I'll be right back. Alright, this should be the last set of Crystal Oscillators we need. So now, if we come over here to our Quartz section, the first thing I want to unlock is the research for the map. And that'll take 5 minutes to run. And while that's running, I'm going to get the other Crystal Oscillators we're going to need in order to get the Explorer. So we'll be right back. So, hey, look at this. We've got a little bit of completion here of our map in 2 seconds. Hooray! Frequency mapping is complete. Check that out.
The map has been unlocked.
The map has been unlocked. So if you look on your bottom right, you'll notice that the last little empty square that we had is now filled in, and we can hit M to bring up the map. How cool is this? The map is super useful. You can see beacons that you've placed. So we haven't really talked about beacons too much, but you can go ahead and place them like so. And then you can configure them. You can specify whatever color you want on the beacon. And like do this whole like slider thingy. It's super cool. And you can name it. So we'll hit select color, and then you can enter name, test, and you're good. And if you look on the map, you will see that, I mean, I'm kind of standing right on top of it, so that's not a good demonstration. But look, you can see the beacon right there. So once you have the map unlocked, beacons become way more useful. And then when you're done, you can pick them up. So it's a good idea, for example, if you want, you can mark hard drives that you find that you don't have access to yet. That's like one of the main uses for beacons in my mind. Is so like over here, see there's a hard drive. You can kind of see it through the bushes there. But like at the moment, you know, the hard drive's a little not easy to find. So we'll just we'll make it I'll stick with kind of a reddish color, okay? And we'll do hard drive. Now sometimes if I know, oops, I always forget that's not a apply button, that's a pickup button. And the color is obviously optional. You don't have to make it a color, but hard drive. Cool. And now we remember that there's a hard drive there that I haven't gotten. Once I do get the hard drive, I'll pick up the beacon. All done. Cool. So that's kind of a super cool thing you can do with the map. You can see on the map like your space elevator. You can see your home base. You can see the tractors that are flowing around. So as we have more tractors running, we can see them. And you'll also notice here there's some stuff that you can choose to filter on and off. So you can turn certain things off on the compass, which is at the top of the screen here. So like that stuff, for example. So if I didn't want to see truck stations or vehicles or beacons, for that matter, on the compass on the top. So see on the top of the screen as I'm turning beacon on and off? See it flashing up there? You can turn them off from within the map menu, which is cool. Pretty neat. And then you can also see your beacons. Oh, that's cool. You can specify the compass view distance. That's neat. I like that a lot. Is that new? I can't remember. You can search for beacon names, like super cool stuff you can do here, right? So I'll just set it to like, you know, space elevator or hub is the only thing that we can see on our compass. So that's just like, hey, there's your way home. You're good. But then on the map itself, you can see all the things. And you can even see like in real time where the tractor is. So you can see here's the coal-based truck station, delivery settings. Cool. Over here, delivery settings, right? So it's got it even says in real time what the steel amount that's in there is. That's pretty cool. So you can see the steel increasing here, the tractor coming over to the truck station. If we keep an eye on the truck station for a second, we will see the truck dropping off the fuel, or the steel, I mean. How cool is that? How cool is that? It's the coolest thing. Look at it. It's populating all the steel, right? And you can zoom in and out. So it's a pretty large map, as you can see. So yeah, M to open up your map. You can hide or show the menu as you wish. Pretty cool. All right, so that's step one. While I did all that talking, I did not start researching my exploration vehicle, but we're going to do that now. So the Explorer is ready to go. Start research, please. Cool. And that will unlock the Explorer, which is pretty awesome to have. I literally talked for 4.5 minutes about the map, so if I was a smart person, I would have started that research before I started talking, but, you know, I got excited about having a map. Cut me some slack. All right, check this out. We now have access to craft ourselves the Explorer. Hooray! Now, other things in this line include radar technology, which is the radar tower. I honestly don't know what it is. Reveals an area around itself on the map. The area is gradually revealed over time up to a maximum. Placing the tower high up increases the maximum area revealed. That's kind of cool. We're going to need 50 heavy modular frames, though, which, remember, we have to craft by hand at the moment. That's a lot. And then also there's radio signal scanning, which I'm pretty sure... Oh, I hate that this thing is going to be all stupid about how it's going to show me what it does. I want to say this lets me scan for hard drives. Is that what this does? Lets me scan for hard drives? Not 100% sure, but I feel like that's what it does. Cool. Anything else in here I want to do? I wouldn't mind unlocking the expanded tool belt and all this stuff. That looks cool. Pocket dimension. Yes, yes, yes. There's still lots of things to analyze and scan and do all the things with, so... What's this nutrients thing unlock? Oh, that's cool. Nutritional mixture. Yeah, let's research that thing real quick, just because I can. Hooray! We can now unlock the Medicinal Inhaler, which is a nice little dude. This thing is a full heal. It's an item you craft. I believe you make it in here. Oh, we can even make 2 of them. Yeah, cool. So Medicinal Inhalers, let's turn off this thing. Thought there was another way to make them. But basically, it's a little bit of every food, and it'll give you a full heal, which is nice. Which is nice. Let's see. So that just finished up that tree. This stuff we were mostly waiting on. The power switch is neat. Not too much else. Oh yeah, here's the other one. Here's the other one. You need some mycelium, I think. Mycelia, yeah. I told you there was another one of those recipes. I knew that. And the rebar gun is cool. That's cool. Spiked rebar. I have to remember the difference between those different guns. Object scanner improvements. I should look at doing that real quick. I could do that. Now that I have the oscillators. But let's see real quick before I do that. What do we use to make the Explorer, which is new? 15 beacons and 5 heavy frames. And 5 motors. That's not bad. That's not bad. We just have to make some heavy frames, which we may be able to make. We may be able to make. No. What do we need to make heavy frames? We need some screws. Okay, so we're going to need 500 screws. We probably are low on a lot of the things that we need. So we're not going to be able to make the Explorer right now. We have to get back to our base before we can do that. But what I usually do before I leave this area, just so I have as many as I can, I'm going to grab and do a take-all on the crystal quartz here. Now, it might not be a bad idea to also snag a little bit of raw quartz. Can I snag you? That would be helpful for me. And I'm going to snag this raw quartz. Huzzah. So I have 2 stacks of raw quartz and a bunch of crystal quartz. I will bring that back to my base manually, and then we can refill our supply of stuff. Now, what I've also done in the past, which might not be a bad idea, is consider bringing, and I've used a lot of my resources just to do all the research I just did, but you can consider doing, okay, good, I made it, tubes up here. So if you wanted to run tubes up to this place, you absolutely could, but for now, we'll just kind of run home. What I might do is just extend this straight out to there, and that'll just make it a little bit of a shorter pathway. I just have to check to see if I have enough. I have a lot of concrete, so that's kind of cool. Whee! All the sliding. Loving it. So if we wanted to expand this bridge out to here, we totally could. Neato burrito. Just an alternate path back home. So it's more of like a straight shot rather than the, you know, the alternative there. Just be careful not to fall, because you can absolutely die in this game. I haven't yet, and I'm very pleased about that. But dying is a thing that can happen. FYI, when you die, it drops a fix-it crate with all your items in it. So it's not like if you die, you lose your items, but you do spawn back at your home base, the hub, and you have to do a corpse run. Or you can load the latest autosave. Up to you, depending on how you feel, right? You can absolutely go back and load previous saves that it's done. So if you feel like doing a corpse run and you feel like loading a previous save is cheating, that could be the case. If you feel like that's okay to do, then up to you. It's a sandbox game. You play it how you like, friends. All right, in here, I'm going to go ahead and put these things for now. Eventually, I might have like a dedicated chest back at my base here for this. But let me resupply, and I'm going to put away the little summer sloop thingy along with some other goodies. And let me get ready to make the Explorer vehicle, because it is super cool, and I'm excited to have it. So we'll be right back. I want to refill all my resources, if I may, as well, while I'm here. Just because it would be a good idea to get that back up and running. So, be right back. Alright, I just stole some screws from over here, because I can do that. Ha ha ha. And now I'm going to make my 5 heavy modular frames. Perfect. Perfect. That looks good. And then we can use these to make our Explorer vehicle. Excited about this. Can you tell I'm excited? Because the Explorer is neat. It really is. So for transportation, the Explorer, we also needed 15 beacons. 15 beacons, which needs the equipment workshop. So there we go. Counting down 15. Only take a second. Or 3. And now we should be good to get our Explorer transportation up and running. Nice! Check out this little buggy. He is awesome sauce. So this thing will make exploration that much cooler because we now have a vehicle we can drive around to explore in. How cool is that? If we check in the back here, you have access to a crafting bench. You have vehicle inventory. And you have a fuel slot, which accepts either solid biofuel or coal. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to fuel the thing. And then you can hop in with E and start, driving around. Now, it also has the autopilot thing. That's not it, though. Is it V? Yeah, so autopilot's totally a thing. I don't see why you would autopilot the Explorer, but it's an option, for sure, if you wanted to. Look how good it is. It's cool, right? You can totally get around nice and fast. Meow. Haha, cool. You'll notice there's a vehicle health thing on the bottom as well, by the way. So keep an eye on that a little bit. But it's not important too much, really, and I'll tell you why. Oh, this thing is the greatest. You can get up to some good speeds. Look at it go. Wow, over 100 already. If you get a nice straight stretch, you're in good shape, right? So let's stop. So we can check out how much fuel we used. Not too much, but coal's obviously got a lot more power in it. And then when you're not using it, you can simply dismantle to get all your stuff back. And then you can build another one. And remember, you collect the fuel out of the inventory when you break up and pick up items with inventory in them. So 100%, you can just plop that thing down, go exploring, pick it back up. Great, right? Now, here's my thoughts. We may have enough resources to unlock the next set of stuff. So let's come over here, actually, real quick, and make sure that we've done all the previous tier unlocks, except for jump pads, because like I said, I'm usually bad about actually just... But let's knock it out. Let's just... And... Yeah, you need a few of these, but that's not that much of a request. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Let's unlock jump pads, because they're cool. Jump pads are unlocked.
Milestone reached. Several buildings aimed at factory traversal can now be accessed in the build menu. Caution is recommended during use of these products.
Yeah, definitely caution. Definitely caution. Let's check out jump pads real quick, just because they're neat, and I will show you how they work. So jump pads and U-Jelly landing pad. Oh, we need biomass for the jelly landing pad? Boo. Boo for needing biomass. I don't think I have any of that, actually. Looks like I'm going tree chopping. If I can find any nearby trees that I haven't chopped down yet. The answer is not really, but I found a little bit. Zoinks. Cool. Alright, and then we can put our food back in our slot here. We will go ahead and craft in our craft bench. It's just biomass. So that ain't bad. Actually, that wasn't enough. I thought that might be enough, but it was not. Okay, a little bit more biomass. A little bit more biomass, and that should be plenty. And then we can trash the excess junk that we don't super need. Okay, so let's check out the traversal stuff that we just got. Where is it again? There we go. Transportation. U-Jelly landing pad generates a speed dampening jelly. Guarantees a safe landing. How cool is that thing? We're going to check these out because they're fun. They are. They're just fun. So, meh. Haha. Now I think this needs power. I think this needs power. Oh, hello. So that's a fun one, right? The U-Jelly landing pad. And then in addition to that is the jump pad, used for quick vertical traversal. The launch angle can be adjusted while building. Caution, be sure to land safely. Yes, very, very yes. So here we can rotate with the normal stuff. And basically you can choose how you're going to get launched into the air. So if we were to anchor this guy real quick, I guess I can't anchor him, but let's give it a try. Does that look like we're going to land where we want to land? No, not quite. Just trying it for fun, guys. Just trying it for fun. Obviously, this isn't... The intended purpose of the launch pad is not just for this purpose, right? It's meant to be for getting up into higher parts of your factory. I'm going to call that cool. So this guy also needs power, which I've got power lines. So I think all I do is just jump on this. Hooray! Woo! So they're cool. They're cool. They're cool, right? It's a neat thing. So if you want to get launched and land in jelly, it's a thing that you can do, right? But my real goal here right now is to go ahead and unlock. So that's all of tiers 3 and 4, right? We literally have no milestones remaining that we can unlock. So let's go see if we can unlock tiers 5 and 6 in our space elevator. That sound like a plan? I think so. So let's come over here. So we're going to want 500 of each of those and 100 automated wiring. I might actually have that. What I'm going to do real quick is clean up my inventory. Ish. Because we've got a few things in here I don't super need at the moment. And we're going to need all the inventory space we can get to run this stuff over here, right? That's fine. So how about I do this real quick? I'm going to off camera... Well, I kind of want to do it on camera so you guys can see that I actually have enough resources, but I think I do. Pretty sure, right? So we needed... Where are the things we need? We needed 100 of these. Done. And we need 500 of... Goodness gracious, where even are they? These, right? So that's 10 stacks. More than enough. More than enough, right? So I'll be back in a minute. And then we also needed 500 of these dudes. Which we also have enough of, right? That's 10 stacks. So let me ferry all this stuff over to the space elevator, and we'll be right back when it's time to launch it. So as a reminder, you just come over here, you drop your items in, And we're good. So 200 more of these, so 4 stacks of these, right? And then the 10 stacks of those. Okay, so this should be everything I need. So we absolutely have more than enough stuff to launch into this space elevator, which is cool. So the last couple smart platings, the last couple versatile framework, and look, we did it, guys. Who's ready to unlock tier 5 and 6? Dyer is. And I'm very excited about that, because there's a ton of stuff in tiers 5 and 6. So let's seal this up. Boom. Resources are sealed, ready to send. Let's do it up. Sending. Pulling it down, and go. Up into space we go. Huzzah! There you are, Fix-It Overlords. Now unlock the next tier of research for me, would you? I would appreciate that. Let's get over here and see what's up. No ADA message? I thought there was an ADA message when you unlock tiers, but maybe I forgot. Oh, look, tier 5 and 6. Hooray! So tier 5 and 6 are focused around new areas of research, specifically oil processing. So we're going to get oil extractor. There are oil nodes around the world. We can extract oil from them. We will be able to refine the oil into plastic and rubber. We can also use raw oil to make fuel, and you can also get a scanner for that. That's where we get circuit boards from. Valves used to limit pipeline flow rates. Oh, that's cool. That's new. I think that's an update 4 thing. So that's a big one, oil processing, that we have access to now. Industrial manufacturing gives us access to the manufacturer, which can turn 3- and 4-part recipes into automated. So remember how I said earlier that we didn't have access to any way to automate heavy modular frames because it requires more than 2. Assemblers can do 2 parts into 1. That's it. So the manufacturer in this research tree here will give you access to 3- and 4-part combiners. Cool? Now that needs plastic in order to unlock, so obviously. The truck is basically an upgraded version of the tractor. We get access to computers, which is a new resource type, modular engines, which is required to unlock tiers 7 and 8, and the adaptive control unit, also required for the space elevator, right? So these guys are another one of those can't make it by hand, needs to automate it. Alternative fluid transport, you get access to the packager. It basically turns liquids into items. So you can, you know how we're pumping water out of the ground now and flowing them through pipes? You can flow water into the packager and turn it into packaged water. You can also get packaged oil, packaged fuel, packaged heavy oil residue, and some other liquids that you get. And then also a larger version of the fuel buffer holds more liquid. Gas mask does exactly like it says on the tin. You can probably figure out what a gas mask does. Cool. Now the only downside with the gas mask is it takes up the body slot. So you can wear the Blade Runners, or you can wear the gas mask. Wah, wah, wah. There are mods to solve that problem, of course. Tier 6 is expanded power infrastructure. So this is where we can get the fuel generator. This allows us to turn fuel, which we get from oil, into electricity. So it's a new version of power generation. We also get conveyor Mark IVs, which are cool, like, you know, Mark IV conveyor belts, do 480 resources per minute. Along with that is a conveyor lift. And the scanner update for Caternium. Basically, they're saying if you haven't figured out Caternium by now, we're going to give it to you for free. So we already figured out Caternium. We're smart. But if we hadn't, they would have, you know, hooked us up at this point. We get access to a jetpack, which is cool. Allows you to move more freely in the air. Consumes fuel when used and refills with fuel from your inventory when you're on the ground. When you're on the ground is the key word on there. So the jetpack has limited amounts of flight. You can fly, but like in a limited way. You can only fly so much before you have to land and refuel the jetpack, and it doesn't last that long. But it does let you fly, which is neat. Monorail technology. Trains. Need I say more? Trains. So you get the electric locomotive, the freight car, railways, train stations, freight platforms, fluid freight platforms, and empty platforms. So basically, trains. And then finally, Pipeline Engineering Mark II is a Mark II version of the pipes, which I don't think existed back in Update 3, so this is new, but it allows you to do 600 M3 of fluid per minute, so that's double what your standard pipes can do, right? And also a better version of the head lift thing, the pipeline pump. So that's awesome. So oil processing is probably the very first thing we should look into doing, and I think we can unlock this right away. So I'm going to go put everything I can into this bad boy and go get some more things. Aren't you glad we automated motors? Aren't you glad we automated motors? Some of you might have been like, oh, nothing uses motors. I'm not going to waste my time automating that. No. Automate all the things. If there's a resource, and you're not sure if you need it or not, err on the side of caution. Just automate it. Just trust in the Dire. That automation is key in this game. Okay? So let's see. Motors was over here-ish, wasn't it? Yes, motors. Sweet. So I'm going to make sure that we have a decent amount of those. That should be cool. And then we needed more copper piping thingies. And we also used a lot of steel pipes, didn't we? I'm just going to do that real fast. Are you backstuffing this yet? Oh, finally! We are finally backstuffing steel. That's awesome. Alright, over here is where our copper tube things are. I was going to get 4 stacks because I need to hand in 2 of the stacks anyway. Man, who needs a jetpack when I got these awesome legs? Hooray! Sort inventory. Launch! Oil processing. Milestone unlocked.
Reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery.
Sweet. So we have access to the oil extractor.
To minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
Okay. Oil extractor extracts oil from oil nodes. Super, super cool thing. And then the refinery, which allows you to turn oil into resources. So this is your giant refinery structure. They're quite large, but you can basically, you'll find, we'll go through this as we get into things. But generally speaking, when you pipe oil in from the ground, you can turn it into plastic, and there's usually this residual oil, this heavy oil residue, which you can use to turn into other things. So it's a little bit of a balancing act, but it's not too bad. So residual plastic is, you need this polymer resin and some water, and I think polymer resin, something, here we go. Yeah, alright, we'll figure it out. But long story short, there's things and there's stuff, and we want to pay attention to that. And we also now have access to the crude oil scanner. Ding! Now, if memory serves me correctly, there is crude oil in that-ish direction. Is probably the nearest one to my location at the moment. It's a long ways away, but I think that's where it is. Yes? Did I say it was a long ways away? I wasn't lying. It really is quite a long ways away. There it is, 2,181 meters away. It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. And then over here at 2534. So there's another oil node over there, but this is the better one to go to. So that's what we'll be doing in a very, very soon, but not today because it's wrapping up point. So Darwin 20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next episode and start getting into tier 5 and 6. We've got oil. We've got oil-based resources to automate. You might notice that we need some plastics and some rubber. We're going to need to get them from the oil area over to here. So we're going to probably need to set up trucks that run all the way over there. It's a long truck route, but we can make it happen. All right, guys. Darwin 20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.